Day ones, here to dance it up again. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Highmark Stadium in upstate New York.
Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills.
And we are underway in Buffalo.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. On play action, Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Allen now looks to throw. That'll be complete to Cook.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Here's Allen to throw it.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
There's Foles. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Alec Pierce,
43 yards.
And the Colts have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach driving up?
Singletary loses it,
and the Colts pick it up. They find some open field here.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
What we got?
Foles got a man. It's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Allen now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play.
Yeah. Sound like some superheroes. Black superheroes. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
You need a hero like me. Military mind state and I keep in a degree. You can label me a Huey P. Made a martyr out of Martin, out of Malcolm, out of Mecca. I refuse to let these dirty devils make Michael a beggar. A hero CEO, I will go Magneto for my people. Give me liberty or death, that is my credo, not my ego. Dressed in a tuxedo, enter party, alter ego. Killed your leader in gazebo, did it for the people. Love what motivated, I did not do it for hatred. But I truly hate the devil, I cannot debate or fake it. I was asked a question and the asker thought it hard. If I was facing death and I could ask one thing of God, I would ask for every to be free here and abroad. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God.
Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto.
From the site that many call the loudest in the NFL, we are inside GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Washington Commanders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready, and we are underway from Kansas City. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes.
A dump down to McKinnon. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 36. To throw, it's Mahomes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 36 yards. And the Chiefs use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Wentz. This one left side caught by Gibson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. We'll get back into the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
6-0 our score after one. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
From the gun, it's Wentz.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground. And a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now a play fake. Wentz. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him out defensively. And that brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Wentz. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. Yeah, this is going to wind up working out just fine, as he'll have a Washington 1st down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th. Wentz going to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. And saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think they should go to the defense, even if they don't recover. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess. Touchdown, Washington! I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wentz now to throw.
And this will be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. The incompletions on the first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get the momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. On play action, it's Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
Wentz to throw for it on fourth. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right, throw it out the window. Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Flushed out right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Mahomes' throw caught by Gray. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Mahomes going to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, as time expires in the first half. And the Chiefs get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. Big decision there. They say forget the field goal and go for it. It pays off.
I wonder who was in the ear of the head coach on this one. Did he make this call on his own? Or maybe the analytics coach got involved. And a lot of times you talk about that all week before the game. Hey, if we're in certain situations, analytics actually says do it this way, which might be against the norm. And it paid off for them in a really nice way.
Cashing in and there on the final play of the first half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunately for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff, how much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities. Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Trip McDuffie with a pick, and the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On second down, they'll run it here. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
A dump down to McKinnon. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
And there's completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. And that's 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have retaken a third-quarter lead. Andy Reid never wanted to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for two. Mahomes will throw for it. And he won't be able to get the football away. He's going to be sacked. So they're unable to add on to their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. He seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And once again, not much running with any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where the second down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he finds McLaurin. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Washington. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Slide for the PAT. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught out in the left flat. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. On first down, Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw again on second down, Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Into the red zone. Wentz. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Well, we know he can run the ball. There he shows he has the ability to do a little bit more.
That's what you call a complete player. A guy who can run it, catch it, probably can protect the passer when necessary, but his skills are best used when you get the ball in his hands.
And that's the thing. When you've got an athlete like that, you want to get the ball to him in multiple ways, right?
Without a doubt, because he often creates mismatches about who can cover him, whether he's coming out of the backfield or even lining up like a receiver.
Sly set to boot it. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards the pickup there.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing now is Wentz. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. If you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Open man. Completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Mahomes. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Wentz to throw. Throwing it Terry McLaurin's way again, and he's got it. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he got it, till he was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Tony. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow. And for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour. And something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they can pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one.
Let's go. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the great. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the great. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I am the greatest of all time. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of defeat, bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The 4th bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics. Next show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The catamounts who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or we did an AI's legacy. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. Next level. One of the best.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the punter, Jake Camarda, set to do the honors, and off we go now from Tampa. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He's at the 50. 30. The 20. 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Broncos.
That was a special return. And it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Wilson going to come out throwing. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. Touchdown. Ross able to connect with Cortland Sutton there. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. CD, look at this clock and scoreboard. We're less than a minute into this game, and they've already made 2 trips to the end zone.
So that means that someone's confidence is absolutely soaring right now. There's almost no slowing them down. On the flip side, now you've got to get together. You've got to talk to each other. Make sure you stay tight, stay focused as a team. Yeah, it's a quick blitz, but you can get back in this game if you don't let it get away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because This has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
From the 38, Brady. He completes it to Evans. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Into the red zone, it's Brady. There's Evans again, complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here. These last few plays, they have moved right down the field. And just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
Hey. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Leonard Fournette, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs have got it back to within a score. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Extra point pushed through by Suckum, and that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Washington now brings this out. Well, now how about this return? He's to midfield. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now a play fake. Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Another run for Murray on second down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. It may sound cliche, but those are the types of yards he can get you. He's such a bruising back.
He is, and typically with that type of a back, if he has any type of stamina, it shows up later in the ball game. Because trust me, guys get tired of running up and trying to tackle that big fella. It wears on him, and then he gets stronger as the game goes on.
Now Wilson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Latavius Murray, 41 yards. And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think,
and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were. Julio Jones all alone. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Julio Jones. 95 yards. And the Bucs get a bit closer. I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Washington now brings this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Looking to throw. Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. 1:53 remaining in this first half of play. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Brady going to go on 4th down. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point up and good by Succa, and that trims the lead down to 9. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Washington now brings this out. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work it into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
So first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score. Todd Bowles leaving his offense on the field. They're going to go for 2 here. Brady's going to look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. There's Wilson to throw. He shakes him off. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first...
There he goes, left side. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady. And the Bucs have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Washington now brings this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 21. Now Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Throwing is Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Touchdown, Broncos. Greg Dulcich, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And that is caught for the 2 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, They found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They're going to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
Second and 5 now. Brady. A quick pass here to Godwin. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 16. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And the Bucs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So certainly a big mistake there, Charles. 1st and goal, and they throw the interception.
Oh, that's just agonizing for a team because you still got at least 2, maybe 3 downs in your pocket. So if it's not there on 1st down, there was no sense in trying to force something. Instead, they turn the ball over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders...
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.